I think I made the right decision for my family. My sons, I have two sons, 18-year-old and a 14-year-old, Uno and Yuan. They're happy here. They're very active in sports. Lagi kong sinasabi, when I left the Philippines, kung nasa ng pamilya, nandun ang tahanan. I was a broadcast journalist back in the Philippines for 19 years. So it wasn't easy leaving my passion, leaving my profession, and starting over in Canada. Nagbalik-aral ako sa edad na 40. Kahit ayun niya, nagbalik-aral ako sa edad na 40, no? So I studied a 2-year course on broadcast and online journalism. Sa totoo lang, I was ready to reinvent myself when I moved here 2019. Excited ako maging barista. Excited akong mag-work sa retail. Sabi ko, magtatrabaho ako sa yung mga favorite brands ko. Because I never thought that I will be back doing the profession that I love. But I guess, life surprises you in unimaginable ways. And I think I'm that kind of person na parang, you mentioned a while ago, leap of faith. And I think the most important word there is faith. Faith na, you hold on to faith that everything's gonna be all right, that there's excitement and uncertainty, that there is, you're holding on to hope that there's, something in store for you. Something big in store for you with this change. I'm proud of our Filipinos here. We are being celebrated in different sectors: healthcare, caregiving, arts, the service industry, and now we are continue to take space in a lot of sectors like politics, media. So nakikita mo na talagang recognized, acknowledged ang contributions ng mga Pilipino dito. Our Filipino community here is a vibrant community. We are a good race. We're good people. We are passionate and we are compassionate. We take pride in what we do. And I think they love us because we can assimilate. I mean, we all have our own Filipino values, but we are willing to embrace Canadian values. I think that's what they like about us. Our work ethic is world class, and that is something that we should all be proud of. I'd like to believe that opportunities were given to me because I was my authentic self, because I'm being me, diba? I embrace where I come from. I love my heritage. I'm proud to say I'm a Filipino Canadian. Actually, when I got my Canadian citizenship, 2 weeks after, I made sure I took an oath of allegiance to the Philippines again. And that's why I'm a proud Filipino Canadian. You can embrace Filipino values at the same time, merge it with Canadian values. That's why they love us, because we can assimilate, diba? And we just have to respect, each other's values.
Naging chef na ako mula no year 2000 actually. So before that, syempre mahirap din na as an immigrant to try to assimilate, 'di ba? So yun ang pinakamahirap na pattern. So yun ang pinakamahirap na times. But after you got through mga 3 to 4 years, you kind of got used to the cold. Yun ang pinakamahirap na get over, right? So mula nun, I was able to find my footing, right? To get my culinary art degree, and as well as hotel and restaurant management degree. But as I get older, I kind of start to feel like, especially when I started living by myself, I wanted to cook for myself, and then I started to realize I love cooking, and this is what I want to do. I want to make other people happy through food. I started this community meal program where I take food that are going to the landfill. I actually turn it into food for the community. So we already do 1,500 meals every single week to give back to the community of Vancouverers in general. That's kind of I've always felt proud of being a Filipino, being able to do that for Canadians and people that are in Canada. It feels really good to, obviously just kind of do it because you feel like doing it. But as you start realizing, it's like, oh yeah, this is You know, this is like when we talk about racism, it's like maybe they start thinking about like, hey, this is a Filipino guy that cares about the community. And, you know, it doesn't matter what your creed and color is. Everybody bleeds the same. Everybody feels the same. And this person is a really nice person. So that first, right? And then just being able to see that from the community coming back to you is pretty amazing.
I never thought I would be an elected official, but I was just always interested to help people, to support, and I thought, you know, I learned about living caregivers. Many came from the Philippines. I thought they have, you know, they really have so much sacrifice. They leave their families in the Philippines to come to Canada and work on families. Kind of my path of community support and advocacy just took me. Others actually asked me to run and said, oh, I will be a big underdog, not expected to win because there had never been an MLA of Filipino heritage. It was a big honor for me to run and be elected. And I think I attribute my success to my nomination and campaign is really the whole community united, came together to support me. And that was a big reason for my success. And also, it was also a big responsibility. There's a lot of happiness from the Filipino community to have a representative. And so I've always had an open door to work with the Filipino community, every organization, right across the province and across the country, and to serve them. And so to open my doors and to help and support and lift up the community. So that's, it's you know, it's been very humbling, and it's a great honor, and I enjoy it. You know, we're really at that critical mass. I see so much potential and talent and skill in the community, and so my message is really to encourage our community to step up, to participate in leadership roles, and I know that there's a lot more success and potential coming. So I support and encourage Filipino and other candidates to run for elected office. We really need to see representation in all sectors in terms of senior management roles. The Filipino community is underrepresented. The Filipino community is one of the highest educated of immigrants coming to Canada, but we're underrepresented in terms of senior leadership positions, not only in elected office at all levels, in the private sector, in the public sector, really across the board. And so my message is we need to see more representation. When I meet Filipinos in the community, and when I speak with them, I see so much potential. I see so much talent and skill. And so that's my message, right? What's in your heart, you know, follow that. You have to also, you know, have some courage. Humility is also important.
As of now, I can describe the relations between Philippines-Canada very thriving, dynamic. The one driving this actually is the Filipino diaspora that we have. You know that there are about 1 million Filipinos in Canada, and in British Columbia only we have about more than 180,000 Filipinos. No, and majority of them are here in Metro Vancouver, about 120,000. So the relations are one of the pillars are the importance given to our diaspora, because our Filipinos here, they also form the backbone of the healthcare system, particularly in British Columbia, because most of our Filipinos here are work in the healthcare sector, nurses, practical nurses, healthcare aid, and they're also employed in the retail sector, sales sector, and half of the diaspora din pala mga estudyante. Marami na ako nakausap ng mga officials, no, British Columbia, from the premier down to the local officials, from the mayor. Mahal na mahal nila ang mga Pilipino kasi sila mismo may mga experience sila na nagkaroon sila ng mga nakasama sa trabaho, mga Pilipino, and they can vouch for the dedication and hard work ng mga Pilipino. So the Filipinos are most welcome. The consulate is always here to help them. Is bukas ang pinto para sa mga tao na nangailangan ng tulong.